Yo, what's up folks? Welcome back to the channel. I'm literally recording this video right after finishing Arcane Season 2, and so I wanted to talk about all the things that I kinda liked and disliked throughout the entire season, simply because I'm that cool. Enough yapping around, let's just start. As you can see, I have pretty much everything that I want to talk about over here. So if you don't really want to watch the entire video, here is your summary. I will leave timestamps so that you can skip around. And yeah, let's first start off, I guess, with the things that I liked. When episode 6 came out last week, everyone was making jokes about Arcane Jesus and all that jazz. And I did find them funny. It's just that, honestly, I was always a Jayce enjoyer. You know, the moment when bro showed up and casually just one-shotted Viktor and almost put him in a coma, I felt like that was pretty cool. Thumbs up moment on him. I kinda like the whole story arc of them just trying to figure out Hextech, then from both of them liking it to only Jayce liking it and Viktor hating it, and then the opposite happening in Season 2. That was absolutely perfect. But the one thing that I did find a bit weird, you know, as a subplot in this whole entire story arc, is how Jayce all of a sudden in episode 6 showed up, you know, all schizophrenic and crazy and all that jazz, and then all of a sudden in the next 3 episodes being fine. I guess you can attribute that to him just straight up being alone for so long. But yeah, that's pretty much my only beef with that whole subplot. Second thing, Warwick introduction was hard as fuck. I mean, there isn't much to comment here on. I just wanna tie it together with the cinched shenanigans that we had at the post-credit scenes of the first 3 episodes, I believe. The whole process that cinched goes through in order to create Warwick, I kinda found both of them to be extremely satisfying. Obviously, I wasn't expecting in-game Warwick to appear, simply because, you know, we kinda have to make him look like Vander. But nevertheless, I don't think that really hurt Warwick. If not, it actually helped him a lot more to get established as a multi-layer character. And I'm gonna talk about that whole multi-layer character thing that Warwick has going on later on when I get to this one, but I'm gonna explain it later, so yeah, just remember that point. Moving on, we have Orianna mentioned, and Janna as well. I very much enjoyed that. You know, you can pretty much put the meme here, which is like League players when the League show shows League characters. But what I didn't expect really was Cinched being Orianna's father. I also like the cameo that they had with Janna when Jinx and Vi were fighting down there in the catacombs or the ruins. I'm not exactly sure what they're meant to be. And then Jinx has this whole monologue about Janna. The show definitely felt different than Season 1, and while initially throughout the first 3 episodes I was like, bro, what the hell are we doing? What is going on? Why is the pacing so different? It definitely comes together and fits perfectly for the next 6 episodes. The first 3 were not really my favorite ones. I didn't really enjoy them that much. There were definitely some solid parts throughout them, but it definitely had a lot of what the fuck, why are we doing this bro moments, you know? I did enjoy the entire pacing of the, you know, last 6 episodes. I'm pretty sure that everyone who has watched the show can kind of agree upon that. If not, let me know in the comments. Another thing that I kind of found funny is that Viktor's evolution kinda reminded me of Lancer Paragon Blitzcrank skin. And so when I first saw the evolved humans, I was like, bro, that kind of looks like it, no? I mean, kinda, if you squint your eyes because of the golden elements and the whole gold on white thingy. But yeah, the evolution definitely was done on point. I don't know why I was kind of expecting in-game Viktor style evolution, but despite Arcane changing this whole thing, I think they did it the right way, kinda. I'm gonna explain what I mean, like right here. Where was it? Yeah, right here. I also definitely enjoyed the way they tied Mel to Black Rose shenanigans and the whole conflict between Ambessa and LeBlanc's guys. I'm not sure if I should be calling them LeBlanc's guys. I just know that LeBlanc is part of the Black Rose, so yeah. I definitely didn't expect the Black Rose to play any part in this whatsoever, but hey, here we are. That was very much cool, because I definitely did not expect it. Yeah, Ambessa is at least Emerald, Buff Grandma definitely cooked, definitely epic writing on her side. She was definitely a worthy opponent, but Bestie kinda made a few mistakes towards the end of the show, so yeah, definitely extremely solid writing. Initially, I was kinda not a huge fan of her, but as the show progressed, I found her to be much more enjoyable character. I'm definitely glad that Arcane introduced at least one more buff female individual into the universe of League of Legends, simply because so far we have exactly one buff woman. And, you know, I'm all in for more muscle mummies in League of Legends. That's kinda cool. Anyways, moving on. I already said the things that I wanted to say about the Singed side quest. The home motive story arc that he had with his way of trying to, you know, save his daughter, and that's why he made Vander into Warwick, that kind of jazz and all that stuff. That was definitely enjoyable and cool. It added a lot of complexity in my eyes about him, because before I was just seeing him as a haha funny Gasman made Warwick, you know, that type of stuff. But now I can actually tie together his motives to help Orianna with his intentions and reasons as to why he made Warwick. And the last thing that I kind of found cool, I'm definitely forgetting a lot of things that happened throughout the show, but that's because I didn't really spend a lot of time thinking about this list. I definitely like the way they portrayed Caitlyn in that last fight that she had with Ambessa, and the way that she's kind of lost an eye. I'm kind of expecting a buff here. Now Caitlyn passives to be stacking at least twice as fast because of that, but well, we will see about that. I'm kinda mad that they didn't kill Caitlyn, but then I remember that she's a main character and we kinda don't have a way to kill her, you know. She is in League of Legends. But now that I think of it, Ambessa is in League of Legends as well, so yeah. We should have definitely killed Caitlyn in that last fight. Moving on to the bro why the fuck moments. This is the category for moments when I was just left confused because of something that happened. And the first moment of this kind is who the fuck let these guys in? Now the most bro what the fuck moment that I had with those guys was during the first act when Vi was getting drunk with that buff guy that kinda reminds me of Vander. And while they were getting drunk, this whole attack happens in Piltover, and then all of a sudden the drunk guy walks in and absolutely tanks this huge Chemtech, you know, goon guy. There is no way that you don't have a hangover right now. And if you have a hangover right now, how are you able to resist this huge ass thing? And then they kill him just like that. Bro just takes an arrow to the neck. Yeah, I was just absolutely confused as to why would we do that. And then when Madia, I think she was, when she gets introduced to us by her meeting Vi, that was kind of cool. But then for some reason we see her for the rest of the show. Like the way they presented her, I was like, oh cool, I guess that's just kind of a cool, you know, character that helps us expand the universe in not a special way, just as a way so that we can see that Vi interacts with other, you know, citizens of Piltover. But then no, for some reason she starts being part of that crew and then becomes a love interest for Caitlyn. And then the fish guy, we don't really see that much out of him, bro just literally never talks. And then we move on to Arcane has to stop killing kids. I remember when we got introduced to Jayce after he hopped out of that anomaly, bro was like absolutely schizophrenic. And I think that's when he attacked a child. And I was like, are we actually gonna kill that kid? And then I remember that we did it twice in season 1 and I was like, oh okay, valid. But then he didn't kill him. I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess we're kind of past the point of killing kids. And then fucking Isha, bro just goes in, or sis, I don't know, I'm still confused as to whether that is a boy or a girl because of the hair. That motherfucker just straight up goes in and decides to fucking nuke himself. For no reason, you know. For literally no reason whatsoever. And that kind of ties me up to the next point, which was writers were turbo edging us at episode 6, when for a second, for just a teeny tiny second, everything felt absolutely right. when Warwick was about to get cured and everything was gonna be like happily ever after. But then, bro, just fucking Jayce shows up, everything goes to hell, Isha fucking goes 0-1, and then all of a sudden Viktor is like, oh, okay, it's time for a glorious evolution. Like, what? Sure, bro. Okay. Nevertheless, it was definitely incredible experience. It's just that I kinda, now that I think about it, I kinda found it super funny in the way things, you know, happened after one another. And then the Viktor rework. I guess Viktor is the one that's gonna get reworked. I tried to stay away from spoilers about that segment, because I was kind of secretly hoping that it would be some niche character. But yeah, I guess we're reworking Viktor, and if that's the in-game model that we're gonna see, I mean, it kind of looks cool, but not really. Why does he have this weird-ass mask? Like, he just looks weird, and then the third hand that's kind of a laser at the same time. Like, they tried to stay true to the old Viktor, but in a weird way, and for some reason he's like the only gray out of all of the people who he evolved. I guess, you know, to make him distinguishable from everyone else. But yeah, the Viktor rework, I kind of have to see the abilities, you know. I kind of have to see like what is he gonna look like in game, what is he gonna do, because if he's just gonna mind control people and look goofy like that, it's kind of a what the fuck moment in my opinion. And now let's just go move on to things that I kind of disliked about the show. Now this is kind of a tropic over here, but I was definitely hoping to see some form of Blitzcrank, something similar to him, but hey, I guess not really, because in this type of glorious evolution, I guess, I mean, who's technically Viktor's first creation? Isn't that guy who kind of gets evolved first and gets killed instantaneously after that his first creation? I don't know. Definitely in this case, Blitzcrank would be kind of a plot hole, because I don't really see a way in which they could introduce him. So yeah, I was definitely hoping to see at least, you know, like a cameo of him in a way, but we never really got to that. The Glorious Evolution also was kinda mid, although I like the characters, you know, the models for every human evolved. The evolution as a whole is mid as fuck. I don't know if you've played Legends of Frontera, but there the Glorious Evolution is like a 10 cost card. You play it, you get this pretty absolutely based cool animation for like half a second, and you see all of those robots like turning on for like a split second, and you hear this amazing sound effect, which kind of tells you, yo bro, you're kind of playing a big deal card right now. And then all that we got was faceless humanoids. And the last one is Evolved Warwick was kinda mid, which I think speaks for itself. The way they presented Warwick, you know, now as this absolutely wiped off all characteristics monstrosity was cool, but then he had absolutely no character, you know, he was just a puppet there. Bro was just sitting, mogging, and occasionally wiping people. I feel like the majority of the conflict that you have with Warwick on a character level is whether or not he's a human or he's a monster or what in between is he, because he has memories of him being a human and all that jazz. But when you wipe all of that and you just make him a killing machine, then there is no character there. There is absolutely nothing. And that's why I think Evolved Warwick was kind of mid, because he just was. There was absolutely no screen time of him. Warwick as a character that we know pretty much didn't exist there. So that kind of left me a bit disappointed out of him. Definitely cool though, nevertheless. Definitely cool, just not what I kind of expected. And finally, I just wanted to add this as a special something. I absolutely loved episode 7. Episode 7 is one of my favorite episodes, I think, of pretty much all the shows that I've watched. Simply because I love, in general, what-if scenarios in alternate universes and all that jazz. I'm a huge sucker for those types of things. And seeing Powder with that makeup, with that hairstyle, with that everything, and Neko, bro, I was crying. I was literally just like, oh yes, come on, thank you. Give me that fan service. That episode was absolutely incredible. Yeah, episode 7, definitely my favorite, because it added depth to Jayce and his whole fight, to his whole motive for shooting Viktor. It made sense, it tied a lot of things together. We saw Echo and Powder, which is incredible. We saw an what if scenario with everyone else alive except for Vi. And we saw none of Caitlyn. I mean, how cool is that? So yeah, that's about it. I think I've missed maybe a few things. If you have anything else that you would like to add, please let me know in the comments. I read them all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.